Hey friends, it's Betsy from A Flourishing Place, and in today's video we're talking about 5 tips on how to clean when you hate cleaning. Well hey, if we haven't met, my name is Betsy. I have a wonderful husband and 2 small kids, and I hate cleaning. Maybe you clicked on this video because you're in the same boat. If you are, just know you're not alone. I do not enjoy the cleaning process. I enjoy having it done. But along the way, I figured out 5 tips that have really helped the whole process become way easier and way less stressful. And then stick around because I'll also share a bonus tip at the end. So let's get right into it. Tip number 1, have a simple routine with tons of built-in flexibility. Now, for me and my personality type, I like having a routine that has been set up for me. I did not create my routine from scratch. I do the Clean Mama cleaning routine, and I've done a few different videos on this. I'll link them up in the description box below. But that routine has been and continues to be a lifesaver for me. I've used it from when my kids were babies and I was feeling completely overwhelmed. My kids are now 4 and 3, so still little. We're still dealing with a lot of messes, and that system is continuing to work, and I'm confident that it will continue to work through the coming seasons of life. Now, you don't have to use the Clean Mama cleaning routine. There are so many different systems out there that you can use, or you can create your own routine that works best for you. The important thing is just that you have a routine that has tons of built-in flexibility. So the Clean Mama cleaning routine kind of has layers to it, where you have daily tasks, you have weekly tasks, you have monthly tasks, and it's all laid out for you, and it's all very doable to do it in just a short amount of time each day. And that's really what drew me to it. I did not want something that was long. I didn't want something that was complicated. I wanted something that had a lot of flexibility for all the craziness of life, and something where if I didn't get something done one day, everything didn't fall to pieces and it was like, oh, I can't even, it's like falling off the diet, right? It's like, oh, I ate 1 piece of cake, I'm done, I might as well just quit. And it's that way with the Clean Mama cleaning routine. If you fall off the wagon one day, it's super easy to get right back on the next day, and it's not a difficult routine to maintain. So take time to find one that is really gonna work for you. That's the important thing. Not something that your friend or your mom or whoever says, oh, this is the way to do it. You have to pick what works for you. Tip number 2 is make your cleaning times strategic. So I have little kids, they are not in school yet, so they are around the house with me all day. The one break that I have is quiet time. And to be honest, I don't like to clean during that time. Now, I used to more so when the kids were little, when they were both napping or I had 2 naps a day. I would use some of that time to clean because it's very labor intensive at that age when they're that little. Now, it's still really labor intensive with a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, but you have a bit more time when they get occupied playing with something where you can actually be doing some cleaning while they're awake, which is really nice. So I prefer not to use their nap time, but if that's what works for you, again, go for it. The morning is when I typically like to try to do those things. The kids are up, they've had breakfast, they're playing in the living room, doing whatever, and that's my time to run in real quick, clean the bathroom. And the kids are starting to get to the age where they can help me a little bit. Not really, but it's early training, right? So they like to wipe something down with a cloth or do something. And so I like to use those times when they're awake. And in the morning, I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of motivation, and I have a lot of willpower, and so that's the best time for me to clean. You may find if you are a working parent or if you're someone that is slow to get up in the morning that night times are the best time. Or sometimes if our kids are feeling really needy, sometimes in the morning I'm trying to get cleaning done, and for whatever reason my kids are just really needy that day and it's not working out. And so there's always that evening time after the kids go to bed, and I may have less willpower at that time, which is often why I try to get stuff done in the morning, but that is also time when it's quiet. The kids are in bed, and so you can clean to your heart's content, and there's no dear little children coming after you, sprinkling crumbs and spilling things while you're trying to clean. So that is a great tip. Be strategic. Pick a time during the day that's gonna work best for you, that's gonna work best for your schedule. And if your kids are in school, maybe right after you do the school run and drop them off, that works great. If you're working, maybe right first thing in the morning before you go, or in the evening after the dishes are done from dinner, that's your time to get it done. Tip number 3 is eliminate the friction that keeps you from cleaning. This one is so key. I think we don't realize how often there are moments in the day when we don't do something because there's just a little tiny barrier that's keeping us from doing it. And you know what I'm talking about, that friction where it's like, oh, I would get that, but it's way out in the garage. Or, oh, I would do that, but then that means I have to pull this thing out and I got it. You know what I'm saying? There's these little bits of friction that keep us from just getting stuff done easily. And that is so true with cleaning. There can be a million little things that get in the way that just make it it feel too hard. And so I would really encourage you to think about those little bits of friction that are keeping you from cleaning your house, and then do whatever you can to eliminate that friction and make it effortless. So one of the things, and this is something Clean Mama suggests in her book, Simply Clean, and it's so good, is to keep a cleaning caddy. You design your own cleaning caddy. Figure out, now she of course in her book has particular ideas about what she has in there and what she wants, and that's great, but you know how your house is laid out, the cleaning products that you use, what you need, what you like, and so take time to put everything together in a caddy or in a box, however you want it. And so it's easy to grab, it's easy to use, and you're not having to dig for stuff in 5 different places and take extra time when you're already not wanting to clean in the first place. Another thing I would encourage you to do, and this goes kind of under this tip of eliminating friction, is to declutter your cleaning supplies. We buy different cleaning supplies because marketing, right? Oh, this will make your shower sparkle. Oh, this will make your sink look like new. And we buy all these different things, somehow thinking, I don't know, for me at least, oh, this will take all the work out of cleaning. I think I'll buy this product. And sometimes it's totally true. There's products we buy that do lessen the effort that it takes to clean certain things. But often we buy something, we try it, and it's like, and so I would really encourage you to, as much as possible, be ruthless and declutter your cleaning products and only keep the things that you really know you use. You know exactly what you use to clean the bathroom and the products that you have to clean the bathroom, but you never really use them. You just keep them because you spent money on them, or you feel like, oh, maybe I just didn't give it a good enough try. I'll try it again another time and see if it's better. Get rid of that stuff. Eliminate it down to just a very concise amount of products that you use on the daily or on the weekly to clean your house, and that is going to eliminate friction as you go to clean your house. Tip number 4, and this one is, man, it's so hard, but it's true. Aim for good, not for perfect. So many times what stops us from cleaning the house is we just feel like, I don't have the energy to clean from top to bottom. I don't, you know, what's the point of vacuuming if I can't really like move all the furniture and just have the perfect beautiful stripes, you know, on the carpet? And what's the point? And you know what? I have had to get used to the fact that my kids, who I love so dearly, they interrupt quite a bit when I'm trying to clean, and if you're a parent, I know you understand this as well. And so I have often had to settle for a less than perfect job on something when I get interrupted to do something more important, which is to be present for my kids and help them with whatever they need help with. And so this whole idea of going with good rather than perfect, and there's quotes about this galore. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, or done is better than perfect. That is one of my favorite quotes. I heard that first from Do It on a Dime, and it's so true. And so being able to let go of some of those standards of it has to look this certain way, or I have to get all 10 things done, you know, in this room. No, you don't. No, you don't. And for me, again, you can use whatever cleaning routine you want, but for me, the beauty of the Clean Mama cleaning routine is you know that if you don't get something done one week, you can come back around and do it again the next week. And so you're not worried about things falling through the cracks and being like, well, if I don't clean this room from top to bottom today, you know, I don't know when it's ever gonna get done again. With Clean Mama, it just comes back around the next week, and so you have an opportunity to do it again. And so that has really done a lot to just release me from that stress of trying to clean everything perfectly and have it just look absolutely ideal. So aim for good, not for perfect. Tip number 5 is one we've heard a lot, but it's such a good one, and that is to set a timer. And here's the reason why. When you set a timer, you prevent yourself from getting into the weeds. You know what I'm talking about? You start cleaning the bathroom, and then you open the vanity drawer and it's like, oh my gosh, this is atrocious. This has to be organized. And then you're going through all those things, and then you see something that needs to go to another room. You walk to the kitchen, and then you realize, oh man, I never put away this stuff from breakfast. You know what I'm saying? It is so easy to get distracted, and it is so easy, either number one, like I just talked about, to kind of wander off and kind of leave this trail around the house of stuff that we start doing and never finish. I am so guilty of this. Or number 2, it's easy to kind of get down to this microscopic level. Well, if I'm really gonna clean this space, I really need to clean it. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this stuff that is not just get getting the bathroom clean. And so when you set a timer for 15 minutes, when you set a timer for 20 minutes, you are forcing yourself to get the big macro job done rather than getting into the micro stuff that really takes us away from that macro task. And that's the thing, right? Those are the things that make us come away feeling like, oh, I hate cleaning. It's so stressful. It takes so much time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the motivation. It's because of that stuff. And so if we can set a timer and we can just power clean, again, going back to tip number 4, good, not perfect, and we get through that room in 20 minutes, that is so satisfying. And that, at least for me, makes me feel like, okay, I'm making progress, I can keep going, and the motivation starts to build. So set a timer to keep yourself moving. You won't regret it. And plus, you know, at the end of that timer, whatever got done, whether everything is fully finished or not, you are done in that room. You can move on and you're not just gonna be cleaning for hours on end. Okay, I promised a bonus tip, and here it is. The bonus tip is use the snowball method. If you've heard Dave Ramsey talk about this with regard to debt, it is a principle that applies to so many other things in life. The snowball method, where you start with the smallest thing and you knock that out, and then the next biggest thing, knock that out, and then the next biggest thing, and knock that out. And pretty soon it's a snowball rolling where your motivation is building and more things are getting done faster and faster, and you're really knocking stuff out and having good success. And that's absolutely true with cleaning. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just start with the smallest thing. Just wipe down the sink. Just the sink. Just polish the faucet, wipe the handles, wipe out the sink. Just start with that. Just do something small, start with that, and then move to the next thing. Start with the small, easy wins, and then build from there. Don't start with cleaning the shower first. Unless that's something you absolutely love, start with the smallest things and work your way up, because that is just gonna help your motivation to build. That's gonna help you to feel like you're having success, and it's going to help cleaning feel less like a drudgery, and it's gonna help it feel like it's going faster as well. So I know very few people who actually like to clean. It's the reward of having it done after that is really what it's about. And I need to constantly give myself the reminder that in the big picture, a clean home is not the ultimate objective. A clean home is just a way to create space for friends and family to be functional, to be creative, to be happy, to make memories together. So using these 5 tips has helped me get past the obstacle of hating to clean, and I hope they help you too. Leave a comment down below if you have any other tips for how to clean when you hate to clean. I would love to hear them, and I know they would be helpful for others as well. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I value every one of your likes and comments, and my heart is really to build a community on this channel that is a community of encouragement, as we're encouraging one another in decluttering and organizing, homekeeping, cleaning. These things are so important, and so anything we can do to facilitate the best life possible is so worth it in my book. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.